Greetings everybody, Iconic Games Online. Welcome back to more Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth. In the last episode, we did a bunch of things. We did some side quests, mainly side quests. We also unlocked the Sacrifice Fusion. And, well, that's the majority of it. And in this episode, we're going to go through Group Date Cafe, Stop 3. I can never get that right. And now Toes doesn't have full SP, that shouldn't be much of a problem. Worst case scenario, I'll just go back and heal. I did buy a bunch of more go-homes, because I was running low on them. As for our current status... This is what we're looking like so far. That's what we're looking like so far. Let me get my stylus ready, because we're gonna need to do some mapping. Let's get down to business.
Ah, this way.
Huh?
What?
What's going on? Also, yes, this is, in case you also missed the last episode, we also learned about a new kind of FOE that doesn't either look in our directions nor moves at all. So we're gonna have to see how it behaves
I
later.
think there might be something around here.
What is here?
Huh?
Let's let him be. Battle leotard.
Well done.
Good job, Koromaru. Moving right along, though. Whoa.
What the?
Oh, I get it.
Huh?
You.
Well, I sort of get it. Uh-oh.
Some of them are unidentified.
New enemies, no!
What
We got
comes to
blind
mind when I
cupids.
hear idle?
So we better start throwing out everything we have to try to get a full-on analysis of them. That and Mahama.
Come on, Hiraya!
I have no idea what these guys will be weak to.
Come
Let's just throw everything we have at them. That's the best option. When you don't know what something is weak to, throw everything you have at them. Something will work.
It's no use.
Maybe Zionga? Not Zionga, then they might be weak to odd. Actually, no, I already tried it. Nope, they're weak to wind.
That enemy is weak.
Alright.
Reloading.
Do that. I'll use that. Yosuke, you can use that. Magaru. Naoto. You use Megado. Because worst case scenario, if something doesn't have a weakness and you need to get out of something, use Megado. That's my summarization. Alright, now back to this FOE. Should be able to walk around him. It seems that when we're looking towards...
Woo.
Yeah.
Yes.
underestimate me, punk!
So we should make note of how this thing moves. The FOE, that is.
Shall we go then?
For now, we should keep moving. Oh, and when we leave the room, that FOE resets. Just FYI. Alright.
There's something suspicious about this wall. I'd
Go
like to
ahead and
investigate.
make a marking of that shortcut. Can't pass from this side? Well, I can still... Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm still gonna mark it regardless. Alright, well there's the treasure chest for completing the entire floor. Not like we're gonna be opening it, I'll be opening it on my own time. More of these guys. I don't need to use a leader skill. One of these things. For some reason, I don't know why I can't get a Bufu spell for the life of me. I don't know why that's the case. That just seems very weird to me. Maybe I'm just playing this game incorrectly. I know all about playing games incorrectly. Don't even get me started on that subject. In any case, let's just go ahead and throw stuff at him. Yeah, that would hurt a lot. Ow. There goes my magic. Oh well. Guard should still do a decent amount. I'll attack gladly. It should finish up that. Please do. Yes, you did. What are we getting? Ooh, we're getting something rare. What are we getting? Jack Frost. I will gladly take Jack Frost. Ooh, and I gotta level up. Alrighty. With that done... Uh-oh, we have more FOEs.
An enemy FOE. We'll have to be careful about this.
I got an idea. Do that. Well, we had to run from this FOE, but I think this is what they're intending for.
An FOE!
It's entirely possible I might be wrong, though.
No, especially not now.
Alright. Okay, maybe I am wrong. Also, there's a door here. I might want to make note of it. Oh. No duh. This is where strafing comes in handy.
Careful.
There. Oh. Wait. What? Oh, I bet what I have to do is this. You know, I can maneuver my way around the FOEs. Yep.
Huh? What's up, punk?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Mark it with a shut door. That's probably the best thing to
Time to
do.
get going.
No, I got mark it with a shortcut or something. I don't know.
3 shadows. Some of them are unidentified.
A natural dancer. Mahama, Garla, Aguilau, Mudo. That's what we're gonna do.
Come on, Hiraya! I'm counting on your answer.
At least we're doing substantial damage. We're not weak to Mudo, but that did take you down. So I'm happy. And you both went down to a Mahama. Not bad at all.
I'm glad that ended well.
And you, Super Persona's leveled up.
I think my persona's gotten strong.
And you learned Power Charge. Nice. Alright. Now that's done. Can't pass through from this side. I will make a note of it. Can't pass through again. I will make a note. Oh, seems we have another questionnaire.
The time may be nigh for the stray lambs to grow up to stray sheep, but you cannot relax. Your foes and the questions of destiny become fierce with each encounter. Keep that in mind. Presenting question number 5.
Where would you go to soothe your weary soul?
Soothe your weary soul.
Now these three, I'd say the hot springs inn.
Are you absolutely sure?
Because I've always been one for warm weather. Alright. Mark another door.
It's an FOE!
Very clever.
Everybody!
Unfortunately... Oh, maybe not yet. But soon enough, I will run into an enemy.
There was something intriguing. I thought it was keenly asked. It truly...
From which viewpoint did you answer the question, Naoto-san?
Which... Oh...
I believe that is a boy's uniform, but I do not know why you are wearing it.
That's...
People can wear what they want. Just leave it.
I see. I should avoid the topic of clothing. It is a minefield.
No, the reason isn't really so significant.
Wait, a woman? You're a girl? Seriously? Is Naoto an alias?
It's my real name. It's not only a boy's name, I'll have you know.
Oh, I see. Man, a girl, huh? Whoa, I'm getting all self-conscious about her now.
Here comes the usual Junpeiosis.
Symbiosis.
Male or female is irrelevant in battle. The same goes for clothing. Such distinctions are antiquated.
That's right. I think the same thing.
Oh no, that wasn't what I was getting at. But I mean, did you figure it out?
I did.
Seriously? Am I the only one who didn't notice?
Yes.
Oh, well, we thought Naruto-kun was a boy for a while, too.
Right? Whew, I'm safe. I mean, leaving aside Aigis, I'm surprised you knew Now Cakes was a girl too, Shinjiro-san.
Now cakes?
Huh? You can tell just by looking at her.
I couldn't. The longest time. I had no damn idea.
Don't worry about it.
Please stop staring at me.
More of those fun little events.
There are
More of
3
these things.
patterns. It's an idle type.
Wind
Beware.
and ice. Well, mainly light because I don't have ice. Mama, Garula, Magaru, Mahama.
Come on, Hiraya!
This is our plan of attack.
I'm counting on your yes.
Door change, right? I can take it. Not if it does that. Oh, Mabufu.
Go! Kuna Hikuna!
Impossible.
At least took down one of them. And there goes my other Mahama. Oh well. At least the guy who's weak to Mahama went down.
Vice Leader can only use physical attacks for now.
Alright.
So that's the plan.
Do that. I don't have enough SP to use Garula with Yosuke. You can just use Magaro and Megado. Pretty much at this point, if Naoto ever has boosts, I'm just gonna use Megado. Because it does that. And it's freaking amazing.
Sound tactics.
But it's very expensive, which is why I'm gonna take full advantage of boost.
Dad, I'm about to drop.
Oh, looks like we have more FOEs. Wait. Alright.
Whoa!
Shall we go then?
Shh! Careful! There's an FOE here.
Can't pass through this side, okay. Noting it. Ooh, this is a more tricky puzzle. I think what we need to do is do that. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a weird way to organize yourselves. Soul Dancers, or Soul Dancer and Natural Dancer. So, I'm going to Agilau. I'm going to focus most of my attacks on the Natural Dancer. And then just use Mudo on the Soul Dancer. That'll be the best way to attack him. At least I think that will be. That is unless I miss. Thanks, Yosuke. Knew I could count on you. Alright. There we go. There goes one of them. Single shot. Yeah, that's a bit devastating. It still could be worse. I'm just memorizing that. Also, I don't know why I'm doing all this because I can just use Megado. Megado will probably be enough to finish this guy off.
It's over.
Yep.
Good, we won. Let's continue to work.
Naoto got a level up. Not bad. Alright, Mr. FOE.
So run down.
You want to do that. Go around this way.
Let's go already.
And there's a power spot here.
The power spot there is active again. Shall we investigate?
I'm not gonna waste my time. Oh, more enemies?
There are 3
Well, I could probably take these guys on because I did do a few analyses on it, or analysis, I don't know. And they are weak to darkness, which is come on. Why do I keep pressing buttons? But I really don't want to waste my time with them because they are a bit devastating, just saying. Alright, what do we want to do now?
Bad. I'm about to drop.
Where's the next question?
Isn't that an FOE over there?
I thought that would be an event for a second since it was a dead end. Oh! Now I get why it was a dead end. So we need to do that. Wait. Oh! Sneaky. Also, I gotta activate this anyways.
Maybe we'll find something.
Alright, well, I gotta reset the room then.
This way.
Do that. Alright.
Over here.
But I see what I'm supposed to do. First,
That's an FOE.
you do that,
Careful, everybody.
and then do that. This game's puzzles are getting trickier and trickier. There's the other questionnaire.
Get going.
A question to the youngest lamb. Do you prefer bread or rice for breakfast?
Huh? Well,
Having asked a lighthearted question unconnected to destiny, here comes question number 6.
huh?
You mull over the choice, unsure whether to answer it or answer it. Clothing, food, or housing. Which would you spend money on first?
Should I spend money on first? first. I don't think I would spend money on clothing first. Housing, in terms of like having a place to live, I think when he says housing, he's referring to like furniture and such. So in my case, it would be food because, well, I need food to survive.
Absolutely sure.
Me too! Me too!
Looks like Ray's happy about my answer. And she is happy about my answer as well. Then again, with those two, it's no surprise that they're happy with the answer I chose. As opposed to protein, Akihiko. Alright then, let's keep moving forward. We're at the pace of 2 questions per floor. So is that going to keep up, or are we actually going to have 3 questions on this floor? Uh-oh. Regardless, we have an enemy to fight. Oh no.
I like dance you any day.
Yeah, I just had to run from those guys
No
as
use.
far away from them as
Stay
possible.
focused.
We have a little event here.
Whew. I'm dead tired. What the hell? But when?
Oh man.
That's amazing.
That is true.
Huh?
Well,
Huh.
I see.
Hey, partner.
Oh man.
What? Stop it!
Go get him, Yukari.
No!
Hey, hey, hey!
Are you stupid or something? Jeez.
You know...
Huh?
Hey, man. So, what do you think?
Huh?
Junpei, if I know what you're thinking, stop thinking what you're thinking.
Sup, dude?
Yee, sure. I'm sure it's not from you, Junpei. Request from Mr. X has been added. I wonder who that Mr. X is. Could it be Junpei? Nah, I doubt it. Anyways, joking aside, let's keep moving.
There's something up ahead.
There's
Let's go
something
check
else
it out.
here.
Hmm.
Might as well relax for a bit. Alright then.
Time to get going.
Head on through here. Place a door. What do we have to fight this time?
We get to move
Okay, I can deal with this.
It's kind of hard when they won't stop dancing.
Even if I don't know what these natural dancers are weak to yet. What have I not used on? I haven't used any physical attacks. I don't think they're weak to physical attacks, but you know what? You never know. Do that. What else do we do? We'll use Bolt Link. Game Bufu would be nice to have, but oh well. So we'll use Mahama. And Skullcracker. That's gonna be our plan of attack. Let's see where it gets us. Oh. I got a critical, so I'm happy with that.
Leave it to me.
I don't know exactly what that did, but I'm happy that. Oh, okay, you're weak to light. Also, that Mahama now is just the best. I could have not asked for a better Mahama than that. Hitting all 3 enemies. Oh, another one of these. No, not an event. Another shortcut I can make note of.
Let's go already.
Let's go through here.
Ugh, I'm so tired. Looks like there's gonna be more of those questions here. What's with this destined partner thing, anyway?
Well, it's a group date cafe, so that might have something to do with it.
I conjecture that this destined partner will be myself.
Huh? Oh, it's based on our leader's answers. So it's his destined partner we'll be finding out. Wait, is it gonna choose one of us?
That's certainly possible.
It could also choose from the population of the entire world.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna choose from a member of our group.
That's a pretty huge pool.
That as well.
So hey, are you and him like that?
We are like that.
No, you're not. Jeez, Igus. Stop answering people when you don't understand the question.
Oh, was that a touchy subject?
What do you mean, touchy?
You know, like, is it a love triangle?
Is this true? Are you two fighting over him?
What? Ooh! There's no ooh about it.
I love this game.
Oh! Ooh!
What? You too, Raychan? I mean, Zen-kun's listening to us too, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Yukari. Is that inconvenient for you?
Not really. There's nothing going on, so it's fine, really.
Hey, no fair talking about that stuff without me. Right, Fuka-chan?
Mm-hmm.
Hey! I knew you girls were whispering about something, but is there a love talk going on?
Teddy, stay out of this.
If you need advice, I'll lend a bearing ear. It's a great place to start with love talk.
You'll get better advice from me, and that's saying something.
Oh, we don't need that.
City girls are so good at ignoring me.
No, I think everyone's just good at ignoring you, Teddy.
Raychan, please console me.
What do you mean by a great place to start love talk? Does that mean if I bake you, you'll be delicious?
I don't think that's helping Teddy's situation really, but it's helping my situation because this is hilarious.
I'm not food!
Yes, you are, Teddy. This game. It's too much at times.
There are 3 shadows.
I'm probably enjoying this a lot more than I should be,
Dance
though.
you any day.
I don't care, it's freaking hilarious. Also, we have more enemies, so we should probably focus on them a bit. Best part is we have more of this stuff coming up in the game. I'm pretty sure that's a safe bet. Regardless of whether or not I play this game, I'm pretty sure I can figure out we're gonna have more funny scenes later on in this game. And, well, they're gonna be funny. Alrighty. Your left. What do you have to say to it? Besides, this Mahama could possibly kill you now. It didn't. I wasn't expecting it to. Unfortunately, both my wind users, they're not the best. We'll just say that. Yosuke, you can just physically attack. So can you, Yukiko. Naoto, you can just use Megado. Because Megado.
It's over. If only all opponents were this easy.
Alright. Let's keep moving. We seem to have a few FOEs up ahead. There's a door there. No shortcuts. What is through here, though?
Confirmed visual on an enemy FOE. Please stay on your guard.
Well, doesn't seem like we're gonna have access to those FOEs. Not for a little longer, anyways.
It's an enemy
Also, this
FOE.
is kind of a lame
Stay on your
shortcut,
guard.
I'm not gonna lie. But hey, a shortcut's a shortcut. Hey, what are we supposed to...
Isn't that an FOE over there? We've got to be careful.
Yeah, it didn't take much doing, because... Wait. What? No, seriously, what? What am I
There's an FOE close by. Watch out.
How do they want me to do this? That is the question at hand. Is this guy's here? This guy's here. What? I don't get how I'm supposed to do this. Well, this is gonna be a bit interesting to figure out.
Watch out for that FOE!
Because there's an FOE there that's pretty much stationary. I don't know how I'm supposed to get past this guy.
The FOE's close.
What are we even... Let's look at the... Wait a minute. I think I get it. Sneaky! Very sneaky.
Isn't that an FOE over there?
Let's reset the
We've gotta
room
be
first
careful.
off.
There's an FOE
I get
close
what I'm
by.
supposed to do now.
Watch out.
Very sneaky of you, game. So I gotta do that. That. And run into an enemy.
Everybody,
We'll have to fight this time. Oh.
There's one enemy.
Running!
Strong. Be careful.
Even if it's only the one guy, he's still just...
Never mind.
I don't even want to think about fighting this guy. Just like the beetle in the first dungeon. Now we can make our way through here. Also, let's go ahead and do that.
maybe we'll find something.
Well,
The FOE's close.
we have another FOE here.
That wall up there looks kind of fishy.
Oh, but we have 3 FOEs this time as well. This will be an interesting
Isn't
puzzle.
that an FOE over there? We've got to be careful.
Okay, well that wasn't that bad.
Well, hello, stray lambs, who must be getting weary of this introduction every time.
Apparently this mechanical voice is self-conscious.
Destiny is like a shoe made of glass. Why is this? Well then, on to question number 7.
What?
I think it's ignoring you, Akihiko.
Your specialty dish is...
Meat and potatoes.
Are you absolutely sure?
Wow!
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised Chia didn't chime in on that.
Come on, over here!
Because meat.
What's this?
By the way,
Alright,
There are
I'm
three
running.
showers.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate this shortcut, then I'm gonna exit the dungeon and heal up, as well as I'm gonna make a backup save. And then we'll face the ordeal that we have on this floor.
Something bothering me about that
Because I'm pretty sure, let me just check that. So I can locate on my map, that is. I marked it somewhere. Oh, right here. Actually, you know what?
over here.
I'm feeling a bit confident. It's probably gonna be my downfall, though.
Careful!
I think we're ready. What?
It's dangerous! Please retreat!
This isn't good. Especially not now.
Wait. I have to fight this? This is ridiculous. Okay, we'll have to do this then. Only way I know how. This is a bit risky, but I'm gonna use Death Chaser. Why don't you use a power charge? Yosuke, you use Tarkaja on you. Yukiko, you use Aguilar. Naoto, you go for a Twin Slash. As this is... I can't say I was expecting to have to fight an FOE. Death Chaser is going to cost me a ton of health, though. That's the only problem. Oh, Jesus. That is very not good. I can't say I really like that.
Leader is unconscious!
And I don't think I have any way of healing him as well. That's the other problem.
Hang in there, leader!
Alright, let's use that. It would have been nice if I had Tarundo with me, but unfortunately that is not the case. There's this guy... I don't want to think about it. If we get out of this fight alive, I will be just the happiest person. Also, now I can't cast a healing breeze. That's also a problem. 202 damage. That is actually very nice damage. This is not going to be easy to come out on top of. That is definitely certain. Let's go ahead and use Diorama on Naoto. Naoto using a Twin Slash, because it is entirely possible I will die here, and then I will have to work my way back up to this point. I hope I can win this, but I will be lucky if I can make my way out of this alive. Because I gotta heal Naoto, now I gotta heal Yukiko. And Yukiko's also running low on SP. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong.
Running low.
It's just not a fun time. Choose Bolt Blink. I think that would be the best option. Yeah, I can't even cast Diorama. I can cast Zeo. That's pretty much all I can do. Choose Twin Slash as well. Assault Shot. Alright, well at least no one died with that. Twin Shot looks like it got critical. Perfect opportunity for me to use a Mega Dough.
Go, Izanagi!
I will show you my power.
What are we sitting at now? Yeah, Healing Breeze wore off. This is just not good. And I can't even use Power Charge anymore. Well, crap. Do that. We'll use a Swift Strike. Yukiko, you have enough SP to use another Zeo. And I don't think this thing's going to take any damage from Hama or Muto, so we'll go and use Megado. Now I kind of wish I did go back to save and heal. Because I don't think I'm going to get out of this alive. We're all very low on HP now, and this thing's at what, only lost about half its health.
Vice Leader, your health is
Yeah,
dangerously low.
and we can't escape either.
You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
I don't have any items, everything is just going wrong. Nothing is just going right. I will fight as much as possible. Oh, and you're raising your defense. Even bloody better. Megado's gonna do a decent amount, but it's pretty much my only option now. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this battle alive.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Sorry I messed
Or
up.
if I can get out of this battle alive. Try that. Power Charge, that's not good.
Here I go.
How much health do you have? Like,
Yukiko.
not much. We're just gonna fight this thing as much as possible. Assault Shot. Well, it's just down to Naoto and you.
Leave it to me.
And pretty much one hit from this guy will take down either of them. Oh my god, this is just... everything is going wrong. Oh yeah, another Power Charge? That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Here I go.
Attack. And Rocket Kaja wore off. Fortunately, not like it's gonna matter because there's... you know what? Muto. Assault Shot. And we're dead. Oh well, I endured it. Muto. I believe in you.
Impossible.
I didn't think so. I was hopeful.
Vice Leader is unconscious. Please revive him.
Power Charge.
How dare you? There.
Nato-kun has been critically hurt.
My apologies.
Attack. And we're dead.
Taking too many.
Awesome.
Everyone!
I will be right back.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Alright. I decided that first I'm gonna register some of my personas. This one can get registered. This one can get registered. I have to run through all this again, which I might just want to cut this out, but oh well. Alright, the rest of these should be just like regular personas. Yep. Now let's fuse a few personas. Let's fuse this guy. fuse these three together. And let's get Toxic Slice. And Safety Prayer. This, we will go with this. Alright. Let's go and equip this onto someone. That's not where I need to go to. I need to go Persona. Who do I want to equip this on, though? See, I gave it... Well, I didn't give it anything specific as far as stuff goes, so... I might want to equip it to you, but he's got power charge, so... I think I'll equip it to Yukiko. Alright. Let's head into the Labyrinth once again. I also saved this time, so... even if I do die... well, at the very least, I do have a save, so that way I don't have to go through all again. Also, when I got to the questionnaires, I did get different questions, so it looks like these questions are randomly generated. Reminds me a lot of the game Catherine, in that sense.
Let's go already.
I don't have to go that far, fortunately.
Be careful.
I just do that. I might have to fight an enemy on my way there, though.
Look! Look! It's a treasure box!
Go here.
There's an FOE close by! Watch out!
Okay, maybe not. Now this door should open.
Careful!
An FOE! Escape immediately!
Alright, I'm back for my rematch.
Especially not now.
Let's get this show on the road. Maybe this time we won't die. Let's use our... actually, no. First, what am I doing? Leader skill. Let's use Death Chaser. Power Charge. Swift Strike. Toxic Slice. Because if I can get poison on this thing, that would be like the best thing I could ask for. Let's use Twin Slash as well. That's going to be our point of attack. Because FOEs are not to be underestimated, as we know. Or as we should know by this point. And the only problem... okay, Tarukaja, you do that. Even if that's bad for me, you do that. At least, I don't have to worry about the Minato being knocked out.
I will show you my power!
Well, Yukiko got a critical hit. I didn't get the poison, but that should be alright, because now what I can do is first we'll use that. Then we will use Mighty Swing. Yosuke, you use another Swift Strike. Yukiko, you use Diorama on the main character. Naoto, you go for another Twin Slash. That's what we're gonna do.
Seriously?
Only one of those Swift Strikes.
Matador.
Alright, well, it looks like I got a critical. I can't talk, by the way. Which is just... oh god.
Leave it to me.
Ooh, another critical. Which means I can use Megadola. Or Megado, rather. Not Megadola. Mighty Swing critical with Power Charge. Freaking amazing. It's the best Christmas ever. Alright, what do we want to do now? Let's renew that Death Chaser, actually. Let's use Power Charge. Yosuke, you can use our Swift Strike. Yukiko, you heal you. That's a very awkward sentence, by the way. But that's a very awkward statement. You heal you. Increase Death Chaser effect, since it doesn't cost us anything for the time being. Megado doesn't cost us anything, neither does Power Charge, just amazing. This run, I think, is already going much better than the last time we tried to fight this bloody thing. And Yosuke got a critical, and Death Chaser. It's just like the best Christmas ever. Uh-oh. Well, that could be worse. Because Yu's getting healed now. We'll go and renew that healing breeze as well. Or, not really renew it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this guy's already down to nearly half health. Let's use this. Yosuke, do that. Yukiko, we'll probably need you to heal. We'll probably need you to heal myself. And then, now until you can use another Twin Slash. Alright. This should do a decent amount. That is definitely a decent amount. Uh-oh. Okay, that's just a Rakukage, unfortunately.
Leave it to me.
Again, could be worse. Could always be worse. Oh, that sucks a lot. That sucks a lot. Okay, Tarokage wore off. Good. Let's go ahead and use this again. You... Unfortunately, you missed, so that power charge kind of went to waste. Oh, no. Oh, G. So strike. Yukiko used Diorama on Yosuke. Naoto using our Twin Slash. Alright. This will do at least something. Ooh, a critical. Even better.
Here I go.
Twin Slash. Ooh, another critical. Gives me a chance to use Megado. No, please do heal Yosuke. Now you need healing, so let's go ahead and... How many more turns do we have with Death Chaser? 3 turns? We might be able to finish off in those 3 turns. Possibly. Also, you're running low on SP. That is not good. Well, we don't have many other options, so we'll do that. Yosuke used Bolt Link. Yukiko, you go ahead and heal you. And Naoto used Megado. Megado, you will definitely do a decent amount of damage. 110, I would gladly take that. Bolt Link, you're getting a critical. It's just a good time. Death Chaser activated. Bolt Link activated right after Death Chaser, that's pretty funny. Power Charge, that's very not good. Diorama, go ahead, heal you.
There is one
We are
enemy
actually
remaining.
sitting pretty nicely. Yosuke, you can use a Swift Strike. Yukiko, you use Toxic Slice. Naoto, you use Twin Slash. Swift Strike's getting a critical. Freaking amazing. And we're getting another critical with this move. Everything is just going fantastically. Poison Breath. Okay, that could be a lot worse in all honesty. With the situation we're in, that could be a lot worse. Goes in. Toxic Slice, let's see if we can get a poison ourselves. Nope. That's fine. Poison's gonna do a decent amount of damage, but it's very close to death. That shouldn't matter.
Leader, you've been poisoned.
Are you alright?
Because I think with 3 of us having a boost and getting top priority, this thing should be going down in no time flat. So strike, done. Okay, that wasn't bad the second time. Then again, I was a bit more prepared. I had an persona. I was fully healed. Ooh, Phoenix. I like that. I also need to plug in my 3DS. I should probably do that. 10,000 experience. I will gladly take that. Well, that was a thing, though.
I don't think I can. Let's go!
Well, we're almost done with this floor, at least we should be. Are we? There's a treasure chest. I will take whatever's in there.
Shall we find out what's inside?
Good night, glove. I'll equip that to Akihiko at some point. That's not what I wanted. That is definitely not what I wanted. I am getting out of here.
Let's do this, partner!
You got it, partner.
Alright, let's see. What else can we do?
I don't think I can keep this up.
We have a power spot, so we might as well grab some stuff. Let's keep going. Where are the...
Looks like
Oh, there's something here.
in this area.
Wait, we already saw this. I guess it's not one of these spots.
Hey! What?
Well... crap.
3 shadows. Some of them are unidentified.
My weapon is ready.
Alright then. Let's get down to business then. I'm gonna lay this down just in case, because the last thing I need is to die at this point. That would really suck. Because then I have to fight the FOE again. I'm gonna focus most of my attacks on that back guy. Oh, I know I got Magaru. Okay, well that's interesting. Oh well, we'll do this and see where this gets us. Alright, so the bad guy is weak to Garu. That's good to know. Bahama, do something. Took out 2 of them, and one of them was weak to it. Alright, Zionga. Ragi, Aguila would have been better, but oh well. Okay, these shadows aren't actually that bad. I was expecting stronger shadows.
Can't back down now. Next move.
Do that. Yosuke, you can use Garua. Yukiko, you can just physically attack. Naoto, you can just use Megado. This turn, this guy should be going down. Yep.
Ah, this sweet smell.
And Yosuke got a level up. That is definitely nice.
Jeez.
Thank our support.
Come on.
What the hell? Well, what? Damn it.
Teddy seems devastated.
I'm running out of energy.
Alright, we should be nearing the end of this floor. Yes, the stairs are here.
Be careful.
Alright, well, next time on Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth, we're going to be making our way through Group Date Cafe, the 4th floor this time. Stop 4. See you guys then.